G'day guys, welcome to another video. I am using my mic again, exciting. Anyway, the R32 4-door, as you guys know, we have it here up on the hoist. One thing that didn't look great, if you watch the video, is the tiny little 3-inch, I don't know, it just ain't it. And I am gonna go rip this off now. I'm just gonna push the S13 forward and get under here and rip this muffler off, and we're gonna go down to Ben Brothers and organize a V-band and some other bits and pieces to be able to make a new back piece for this exhaust, essentially just so I can use this muffled part for tracks that require it, but otherwise we'll run a nice straight pipe on the back of this and get all the RB20 noises that we can. So that's the plan. Go ahead, start ripping it off and see where we get to. Right, first things first, gotta push this jigger forward. Luckily it's kind of easy to push. That's enough. Probably 12 or a 14. All right, here's a 13. Oh, always makes me nervous working above the pretty car, but it should be right. I nearly went to put it down on top of that, so lucky I just didn't just now. That's a good style of V-band, one that comes undone too, cool. All right, need 2 hands for this now. Go ahead and rip this V-band up. Use my radium freaking, wow, why is that so tight? Oh, it's making me helly nervous. You get a lever bar. I'm scared of dropping stuff on that car. Oh, there we go. It's just tight. It's a good V-band, to be fair. It's what you want. Nice and tight. And damn, we got hangers everywhere on this thing too. That's good. It's been nicely done. Kudos to whoever welded up the exhaust on this. It's freaking nice. Alright, so V-band is off. Look at that boy. Okay, so the plan is to take this whole muffler with me down to the boys at Ben Brothers, just so I can't stuff it up. I have a feeling, I don't know, the quality of this stuff looks pretty good. It looks like it might be Ben Brothers muffler and stuff like that anyway. So we'll jump in the SS Ute. I gotta load up some rubbish and take it to the tip anyway. Let's get going.
Big boy stuff.
Perfect. Alright, so we made it down here to Ben Brothers, guys, and just going through their smorgasbord of stuff you can get for yourself. Look at stuff like this. They do oval piping, aluminium stuff, all this stuff into here, aluminium, titanium, all the good stuff. But I'm going ahead and doing a, I guess, 3-inch to 4-inch to 5 inch, which I'll show you guys in a second. But it's going to be really cool. I definitely want to do something in the future with this oval pipe. I just think it is obviously pretty sick. So definitely got time for the oval pipe, and I guess one day we'll do something cool with oval, because I just think it does look sick when you see it done properly underneath the car. And we're going ahead and opted for a 5 inch exit for the it looks ridiculous when you hold it there, but it's with the rear bar, I think it's going to be perfect. So yeah, it's definitely going to be sick. And where did he put down the, I don't know where it is. So they've got these, which are obviously, I think that might be 2.75 maybe to 3 inch or something along those lines, but they do obviously these in all different sizes as well. So yeah, hit the boys up, benbrothers.com. Is it benbrothers.com.au or is it benbrothers.com? It's something I should know. Either? Sweet. So yeah, benbrothers.com or benbrothers.com.au. Man, you guys have been keeping these guys under the pump. They've sold out of a lot of stuff, but yeah, they have a ton of things like this, which is super cool for fabricators or even the home fabricators that want to go ahead and do some stuff with stainless and titanium and aluminium. They got you covered. And flexies, which are probably my favorite when it comes to building exhausts and stuff, because you freaking need them. It's you versus a guy she told you not to worry about. All right, well, this is kind of sick. This is a new item that Ben Brothers do. It's actually a welding shirt, so obviously perfect for welding. It's got like extra material under the underarm so you can like reach up and weld and stuff, which honestly for doing stuff like this is super important, because as you know, when you're welding up above you, you end up with bits of weld going down your armpit and stuff like that. It just freaking sucks, man. So anyway, we do have all the bits here we need to make this whole exhaust situation happen. We got our 3 inch to 4 inch, our 4 inch to 5 inch. We got a bend to come off the actual V-band itself, V-bands, and then 5 inch to finish it off, I guess. And then we have plenty of this little 10 mil to make hangers. So essentially we can have a setup which is just removable on and off, so we can swap between. And as much as 5 inch seems huge, when we put 5 inch right, wait, where am I pointing? When we put 5 inch here in this bumper, it doesn't look too silly. It actually looks pretty spot on. So let's go ahead and start getting this done. Okay, just wanted to nip that up, and then I can get onto working out exactly how much of a bend I need off of here. It seems like a pretty substantial bend. Oh, we'll see what we can work out here. Probably need to tack up some of the other stuff first before I end up doing this, but looks as though it should be somewhat simple. And we have our professional fabricator rocking up right now, so it's definitely going to help things along. All right, we've got professional welder here now. Did it just arc out as I said that?
No, I was just tacking it.
Ah,
No.
sweet. So we're tacking our 3 inch to 4 inch, our 4 inch to 5 inch, and then our straight 5 inch. And like I said, it looks fine when it's coming out the back. So you were freaked out when I said 5 inch.
When you showed me, I was like, that looks huge, but on the bank it looks fine.
Yeah, it looks really good, I reckon.
Yeah.
Sweet, I'll let you weld out. Look at the man's pretty work. Looks good to me.
It's alright.
It's alright?
Yeah, it'll do.
Yeah. Alright, so my calculations weren't exactly right for how much pipe I'd need. So I needed more 3-inch, and I thought I had enough 3-inch where I'm like, what is it, we're about 30 mil off?
30 mil.
Yeah, so we're nothing in it. But yeah, I have this other piece of X-Force piping laying around. We're just concerned because it has like a, I guess it's probably like some sort of protective coating.
I don't know, it looks, yeah.
Well, it's mint though.
Yeah, it's fine, so
Alright,
just do that.
I'll let you do your thing. Alright, so we're just doing some guesstimates, some small measurements here. Oh, bloody hell, Cameron, do what I want you to do. Go ahead and do a grindy, boy, and hopefully be closer to tacking this thing on in place. Got the hangers. I've gone ahead in the background and bent up hangers for everything. So the hangers, I basically just went off the old muffler and made them very similar. So hopefully they will do the trick. Do you want me to do a grind, or you going to do a grind?
Oh, either or.
Well, it depends how much extra welding do you want to have to do after.
I'll cut it.
Using my radium hat for good use, holding up these saws. Huh? Yeah, the other one just wherever we... Oh, I'll hold it up, I guess.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, if I can hold it up.
It might be a bit of a pain. I'll try tack it while you're holding it up,
Yeah.
and then I'll get you to hold it again while I weld it.
Yep. Alright.
So if I can tack it, yeah, hold it up.
Yep. Now it's not even smoking that bad.
No.
Damn it! Didn't see it.
Just.
Yeah. Alright, so we just had to add in a smidge more support just to get it where I want it. It's pretty centered on the rear bar, keeping in mind that bit's not really where it's meant to be. It's actually meant to be in a tiny bit more. And then this is sort of solid mounting it to the hikers there, which tucks it up like super tight too. Like it's as high as you're gonna get a 3-inch, and then it doesn't knock into anything, which is great. So, oh yeah, that's not going anywhere. Give it the old, that ain't going nowhere. Clear. Oh, I'm actually so excited to hear this thing, man. I guess it's weird, you didn't hear it before, but imagine just like an almost stock sounding 32. Like it was super quiet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like if you gave it a bit of rev, it would be like, you'd give it a bit, but yeah. It was very, very, very quiet. Like I'd have no dramas like starting this in the middle of the night and driving off. Can you pull up on the wing there, bud?
Pull up on the wing?
Yeah. There we go. I have to jump start it.
Oh, okay.
So it is a project car after all. Oh no, that's where my other battery is. Oh, maybe it'll start off that. Let's try. I should probably, here, can you take that to the back of the car? Alright, put the camera over here. I have no, we won't put the jump start on. Oh. Not as good for the neighbours, much better sounding for an RB. Smoky.
She's rich. She's rich.
Oh, definitely rich. Still kind of cold too. RB20.
It's a 20, it'll love it.
RB20 cold limiter.
Yeah.
RB20 cold limiter, guys. Loves it. RBs love that stuff. Alright guys, safe to say I'm very excited. I think this is just like nailed what we needed for the back of this car. I don't know. It adds the whole big wing, big kit. Of course you need a 5-inch from Ben Brothers, man. I can't give a big enough shout out to Ben Brothers, and man, I'm very excited about this whole situation. I just think it's bloody cool. Need to start working on a livery for this thing. We obviously need to do some fiberglass work, which you might see later in this video, because I need to get to work on the fiberglassing. You call up Ross, get some pointers, and then get to work. Look at this mad creature. Alright guys, we're on to the next day now, and we are about to get onto sorting out this R32 suspension. Now you guys know I got the Shockworks here, ready to go in this Johnny. So, some fresh ones. This car has BCs in it that aren't that old. In my opinion, the Shockworks are a lot better. Better spec and better support here in Australia, which is hugely important when it comes to your suspension and everything else, because you want to be able to fix stuff here. That's probably why one of the main reasons I prefer to use GK Tech in Australia. If anything goes wrong, next day or the day after, you pretty much got parts to your door. Everything's super simple like that. Everything happens quick and just makes your life a lot easier. You know, I do enjoy the wise fabbing stuff. I do enjoy, you know, Just Engineering in the Corvette in the States, but it's easy. In the States, something goes wrong, Just Engineering is right there. Same with like wise fab in the States, actually. You know, everything's handy and nearby. They keep stock. Australia, we don't have stock. So, you know, anytime you have an issue with any of those sorts of things, you're having to wait that little bit longer. Maybe that'll change in the future, who knows. Anyway, you guys seen we did the exhaust. I'm super stoked on that. Well, you just saw it because you guys are watching this freaking video. Anyway, we're gonna get right onto swapping the coilovers out now. I'd love to go lower in the rear. Once we get the wheels off, we're gonna have a bit of a look and see if we can't make some adjustments up under the guard. As you can see, for whatever reason, these are glued on. So I don't know why the wide body was glued onto this car instead of just nutting it or whatever. So that's become a bit of a problem that I'm sort of having to deal with here. So go ahead anyway, start ripping the wheels off, get this thing up a little bit higher, have a look at things, and then start getting the coilovers out. Just trying to work out where I have to get to the ones in the back. All right, I've done all the hard yakka. Just a matter of actually dropping. Front's already out, rears, out we go. Go get the other side. The beauty of this situation is, even though it's an old ass Nissan, everything in this car is nearly brand new. So I'm gonna grab a hold of my shockworks now. All right, so I'm going to show you guys a little bit why I sort of like the shockworks so much. All right, it's got our rear shockworks here and our rear BCs right here. So we have a nice little poly bush on the BCs given, but a much bigger poly OEM stop, bit more OEM on the bottom of the shockworks, a bit more of a comfortable ride. Again, our similarities here, pretty well the same. This is definitely thicker on the shockworks. While these look fancier, they're not as beefy as the shockworks. And one of the biggest things I notice is, look at the the diameter of the shafts is considerably smaller on the BC versus the shockworks. It's really hard to see, but in person, they're probably another 0.5 larger in there, and then you look at the top hats, super thick versus quite thin. Adjustability, both of them have adjustability on the top, and obviously you can set your springs. The BCs were a 6 kilo rear, so see there it says 006, and we've gone down to a 5 kilo rear. So we're going down to a 5 kilo rear. So slightly softer spring. We'll be able to adjust things with the actual thing itself, but I'm gonna just set our heights now and go from there. All right. Pretty much just set the top hats in the same spot. Preload should already be set on the spring. I just like to nip it up the tiniest bit. I don't like a lot of preload necessarily on the spring. I like to let the shock do its work. Then measuring from the top there, and then just winding down your base to set your height. That looks about right. That's maybe a smidge taller. Let me double check. Smidge lower. I kind of want to go a smidge lower. My measuring tape here. Just going to double check on my lengths. 530. So that's about 5 mil lower on the suspension. I'm gonna go have a look at the car itself. All right, got stuck on the phone with my buddy Mike Lake, but in the meantime, while I was yarning with him, we got this down off the hoist, got the side skirts back on, and I think we're sitting pretty freaking good. Side skirts back on, so you can see it is a little bit lower in the rear, and I've actually raised the front to go for a more like Kansai style, if you want to call it that. So it's sort of hard to see, but that's where we're at. So, all right, so next up on the chopping board is the Falcon. We're gonna get this Falcon up on the lift, and I guess the next thing you'll probably see in this video, we're gonna start, not in this video, but in a future video coming up. I'm just thinking in my head what I need to put on the hoist now. S13's pretty much ready to go, just need some wiring stuff done, which I'm gonna handle today or tomorrow to get it ready for dyno on Friday. The R32 needs to go for an alignment, and then hopefully I'll either be painting it here, so we'll start prepping for paint, or it'll be going off to get painted. I have been talking to a shop just working out a price, trying to work out a good price for myself because I just need a good price right now. Other than that, don't know. Things. All right, Ross has made his way over. Well, I don't have to yell anymore, Russ. Did I say Ross?
Yeah.
Well, Russ is here. Russ, bloody hell. But I don't have to yell anymore because I have this. And now when Russ talks, because Russ is known for being really quiet, I get this and go,
yeah, nah.
all right, so now we can actually film Ross. So I literally just thought about it for a second then and went, Ross and Russ. All right, two very helpful car dudes. We're just trying to chase that little issue we had in the past. Russ ended up running a speaker wire, I think we used.
Yeah, it was something I had lying around in the car at the time, so I just ripped it out, stripped it back, and used it as a bypass.
Yeah. So we're just trying to work out exactly where the actual wiring issue is in this car, because she's meant to be going to dyno in 3 days' time, so 4 days' time. What day is it today? It's Tuesday. So 3 days' time. That's what I said. So I was late as usual because I was taking the kids riding. Boston absolutely worked the crap out of himself and I didn't film any of it, but sucked to see. Little dude was just taking dig after dig after dig, so sucked to see. Well, it's one of those days, I think. Bosty had a heap of issues with crashing his BMX, and that luck seems to have fallen onto me now. The issue disappeared.
It didn't want to rear its head, so...
Yeah. So I've been using like a dodgy wire to sort of set it up, and then you just unplug the fuse and plug the fuse back in to do the electric steering.
I wanted to check to see whether the electric steering was the issue, whether it was drawing too much current, causing the PDM-like switchboard to trip out and cause an issue, but it didn't do anything.
Yeah, so back to the drawing board on that one. I guess the somewhat maybe good, probably not that good a news, but now we have time, but we don't know if it's going to do it again issue with the wiring issue. Love wiring issues. But yeah, my understanding with Mitch was he said, we'll do it on Friday. And then he said the Friday after Sydney was the weekend just gone. So I assumed he meant this Friday, and now he's told us that he's going to Moreton Island.
Yeah, fun times.
Yeah. So good for him. And I only sprung this also on Russ because Mitch wants Russ to be around because Russ talks Link and Mitch talks Haltech, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Android and Apple.
Is that pretty much like the comparison? Okay, which one's the Android and which one's the...
I compare Link to Android and Haltech to Apple.
Yeah, depending on how you look at the phones, that's good or bad, depending on how you're looking at things. So, yeah, Tiana hates Android. Tiana hates iPhone. She likes Android. I'm on the fence, basically. So, yeah. Anyway, that is about it. That car now works like it should, but isn't going to get tuned this week. So, we'll push that back in the corner and worry about other projects like the Falcon. I don't really want to touch the Falcon at all, but we got to get it done.